Turkish Delight Show with your girl Seb. This week's episode, I'm going to be talking about entitled females. I have special guests.
Miss Lydia Rose.
Okay, you see the energy already.
Hey everybody.
So, Lydia Rose, how do you feel about this entitled female generation that we're living in today?
I think it's terrifying. I'll be honest. The continuous sorry.
It's fine.
No, I think it's terrifying. I'll be honest. The continued perpetuation of entitlement when it comes to females in relationship is getting extremely dangerous, and I'll tell you for why. We live in a society that teaches young women that when it comes to their relationships with men, that their feelings and their feelings alone are the most important out of the relationship, right? That's what we are teaching young women. You know, if you're in a doghouse with the, if you're in a doghouse with the wife, you're in a bad place. It's very, very rarely, and it's very, very rare that we see young women, and that we see, even when it comes to money and what we was gonna dip into, about the current situation that's happening with Krebs and his baby mom, which is everyone crying about. That is pathetic, I might add. If you're a woman crying about another person's, co-parenting arrangement, for one, is pathetic. Two, it's, none of your business. And three, again, it just shows how much entitlement women have these days. A man can set up his child for life, and that can be considered by the public domain as not good enough because he's not, participating now. You know why I think this is also really dangerous? Because if we look at the child, right, what them two are doing as a couple, right, is they're showing to their daughter that you don't just go out and marry a rich man and daddy's going to take care of everything. They're showing that, daddy is successful, but equally so is mummy. And mummy and daddy are equally contributing. Look, it takes two people to make a baby, okay? And just because, the normal reality, the normal, or the popular narrative is, oh, men must pay all the money. Okay, cool. Then are you staying at home? Are you cooking kids' meals? Are you playing your role? Because if you want a traditional man, then you better be scrubbing that bathroom floor. You better be having dinners on the table every night, because that's what you want, right? Because here's the thing, equality is not supposed to be in an equilibrium. Equality just doesn't mean like, how can I put this, right? There's different types of equality, okay? Like, as in, a man and woman have different roles in life. We have different strengths, okay?
That's very true.
Yeah, so say, for example, a woman's ability to homemake is going to be different from a man's ability to bring home the bacon and stuff like that. But we're always talking about equality, and then we're screaming that as women, and then we're saying, no, but the man has to pay for everything. The man has to sort of... So yeah, I think we're in a really dangerous time at the moment where we are teaching our young women to, number one, be overly materialistic, number two, be lazy, number three, look at men for their wallets and not for their heart and not for their integrity, and number four, we're just breeding this disgusting sense of entitlement that, you can just wake up, look pretty, find a rich man, and everything is going to be hunky-dory. That's not the reality of the situation. And as much as these guys want to go on and, talk about, you've got your Kevin Samuels, and you talk about, alpha men, high-value men, they like X, Y, and Z, they like pretty women. No, they don't. If you look at high-value men, the CEOs of corporate companies, they are with intelligent women. They are with women that are able to, hold articulate conversations. They are with women who have degrees. They are with women who've had to give up just as prosperous careers as them, Don't get me wrong, some men might want a pretty little thing on their arm, but real men understand and know that behind every great man is a great woman.
Yes,
okay? Not a weak woman, not a yes woman, not a woman that sits there and takes everything out of your pocket, but a woman who supports you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, who builds you every day. And again, how many women sit there and will cry about not having a good morning text?
That's true.
But what do you do for your man in the morning?
I like that.
No, I'm gonna bring it back. What are we doing, right? What do you do? You expect the flowers, you expect dates, you expect compliments, but what do you give to your man? And I want women to actually sit down and really think about this for a second. You expect all of this, but what are you willing to give? And this is why we're in this precarious situation where relationships aren't working, right? Evidently. Men are losing respect for women. Men are losing respect for men, and vice versa. But really it comes down to our own egos and us not being able to be reflective enough to sort of understand that entitlement isn't something that we should just be awarded. In fact, entitlement should be the last thing on a woman's mind.
100%.
Sorry, everyone.
I love it.
So yeah, I think everybody just pocket watches. If no one only Crep knows how much money he's making, only Crep knows what his expenses are. So for everybody aside from him to dictate what he should be putting forward, I think it's air. Really and truly, like you go 50-50 on a baby. So if you make a decision that your baby's gonna be in nursery, then that's for you two to go 50-50 on that. If he decides that he's gonna pay more because his position allows him to, then do you get what I'm saying? Well done. That's what his position allows him to do. But if he's saying this is what he can contribute safely, aside from whatever else he's doing, that's no one else's opinion. Like, who cares?
So don't you think, like, the fact though that there is so many females like in the comment section saying, but why, you know, or even the fact that they even asked her that question, they just said to her, they can't understand why she would even be paying childcare fees.
Because it's also her child. You know what I'm saying? It's also her child. People are making assumptions. I don't know what Crep makes, but if Crep felt like doing that was absolutely nothing to him, then I'm sure he might decide to do that. But if he's got other things going on and his finances are allocated between certain things, he shouldn't break that or chip into it for extra comfortability on somebody that they went halves on a baby. Do you get what I'm saying? You knew that you was gonna have a baby with me when you got pregnant. You know what I'm saying? We made the decision to go full in, have the baby and whatever. Why should now the brunt of the responsibility financially end on just me? Every situation is personal to the two people that's in that situation, and whether you choose to do more than you can, whether you choose to do more in that regard, that's you, innit?
So you feel like it's reality shows?
Reality TV show, Twitter, all of this. Everyone online's making $100 grand a year, do you get what I'm saying? And then everyone's complaining about fuel prices. The shit just don't add up. It's all cap, in my opinion.
Lydia, what do you feel where it comes from?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree, because here's the thing, it's social conditioning, and this is what we need to understand. It's social conditioning, it's popular narratives, and we've seen, like I said before, an exponential rise in thought mentality, cruddy behaviour, hoism, sugar daddying, and we've seen a real lack of female role models that will come through and be able to represent a woman for everything she is, not just, you know, particular, just particular like looking good and stuff like that. And I think the sense of entitlement does come from these celebrities on TV shows and on reality shows, and it comes from, you know, the online world enforcing this and glamorizing it and letting, you know, women, you know, make it like it's okay when we all come online and say, you know, I'm just going to use that guy for his money, and then we've got 100 women in the comment section clapping. That's disgraceful. And the thing is what we're happening is there'll be one foul thought, right? Or there'll be one thought that, you know, isn't of our highest purpose or our highest good as a collective. And like the entitlement, and like I said, we're breeded as women in this day and age to put our feelings above our partner's feelings when it comes to relationships. To just naturally, as women, society teaches you, like I said previously, that you are the be all and end all, when that's completely wrong. So I think what's to blame is this continuous continuous narrative being pushed on social media, continuous narrative being pushed in pop culture, giving women this false sense of identity and what I like to call toxic feminism. Popping your pussy half naked is not female liberation, okay? And just to let everyone know that it's not, okay? Demanding money because you look pretty, it just makes you look slow because you can't get up and make money yourself. And one comment that I want to make, and especially in regards to going back to entitlement, what we were saying, I was saying earlier to Anton, was I guarantee the money, the women who are turning around and complaining about this are broke women who don't know how to make money. Because if you knew and understood the process of gaining wealth and the process of, you know, you and your partner contributing equally to your empire, you wouldn't be sitting there crying. I think, like Crep's decision, like you said earlier, Crep's decision is, you know, his decision, right? But that's irrelevant to everyone. That's irrelevant to everybody else. But at the end of the day, the what we need to be showing young women is you don't just go and find a rich man and marry him and he'll pay all your nursery fees, and because he's a millionaire he should do this. We should be showing them what Sasha and Krept are doing, which is, even though he is financially stable, she is too. And we're giving that example of two parents, two people who co-created that baby, equally putting in what they have to do. And again, we've just got loads of broke, entitled, egotistical women on the internet who want to come on. And I saw this on Made You Think earlier. There was this woman and she said, you know, for me, you know, setting a man up, setting her up for life, it's not about that. It's about, you know, what you do right now. In what world did setting your child up for life become irrelevant? And like, do you know what I mean? It's redundant, and I feel like there's people just want to talk these days. You want an opinion to have an opinion, but if you're going to be controversial, at least have a bit of purpose. Stand behind what you're doing, because a lot of these women that are making these comments, number one, don't have businesses, don't have baby fathers, aren't in that thing, or you know, they're sour about their situation, so they're projecting what they feel about what should happen onto everybody else. Everyone has a different situation. Entitlement is like I said, I agree. It's just been breeded in a disgusting manner.
It's rife, and I think at the same time, what a lot of men have issues, or how they create these issues, is they portray lifestyles on social media that allows people to have opinions on what their financial situation is. So, for example, they want to flex with designer this and that, whatever, on holidays and blah 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 blah, and that will give people the ammunition to make the assumption that financially you're set. So my nursery bill should be covered because you've just been in Dubai with your brethren and you spent 15 bags. So why can't you spend 12 bags on your child's nursery?
That's exactly some of the mindset as well that is about in regards to some of the females. They feel like that if they see that, you know, their ex is spending a lot of money, they're going on holidays, they're doing this, they can't actually understand why.
It's not down for them to understand.
But that's what I was gonna say. Whatever they choose to do with their money, like I said, if Krept is doing his thing and he's paying and he's contributing to his kids, so his kid's healthy. Do you get what I'm saying? His kids.
He's there for his child.
Yeah, he's there. You see your child, your kid's in clothes, your kid's warm, your kid's not hungry, your kid's not this. If he wants to go and spend what money on this, that's his business. That's his prerogative. There's no one else to say, oh no, but you should be doing boom 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 boom, and this person. If you do it, fair dues, do you know what I'm saying? Thumbs up to you, that's your decision to make. If you don't do it and you just have an opinion on what I should do, you're just a dickhead. Do you know what I'm saying? You're just a dickhead. Too many people online have got opinions for things that they don't actually currently live.
Yeah, and let's also not take away from the fact that we're focusing on the wrong thing. The important thing is that Krept is an active father within his daughter's life. He shows up every single day. He respects the mother of his child. They continue to co-parent and they set a good example. All the money in the world is irrelevant if you're a shit person or not a good father. Do you know what I mean? I attribute a lot of my attributes as a woman to my dad's influence in my life, even though him and my mum split up. A lot of who I am today as a woman comes down to my dad continuously being there for me. He was that first example. My dad's not a rich man, but he's rich in spirit, rich in knowledge, and his guidance allowed me to become the woman who I am today. And I make a fair amount of money doing what I do, and I'm a successful business owner myself, so that's what that produced. The man that's going to teach you integrity, morals, to look for people for heart. Again, we're focusing on the wrong things. How much money he spends does not make him a good father whatsoever. In fact, it's the most irrelevant thing. The fact that he's not paying a bill is the most irrelevant thing that we can actually bring to this conversation. Is he there for his daughter? Is he guiding his daughter? Is he being a father? And that's what he's doing, but you lot can't get him for that. So you're going to go cry in the comment section about this.
Facts.
All the time. It's pathetic.
Facts.
It's pathetic. Start a business. Join an MLM company or something, please, because... So I have a question for you. You mentioned to me earlier that you used to have quite an entitled mindset, going years back. What would you say the difference is between your mindset back then and your mindset now, and also what made you come to this new level of thinking?
Well, interestingly enough, so I think another thing I would add to what contributes, I feel, to some people having that mindset is sometimes your environment. Okay, because when I grew up with an independent mindset. I was a go-getter from young. My mum brought me up to be like that. But what started happening was I started to maneuver with certain people, started hanging around with certain people. All of a sudden, I started to fall. I don't know how, because I'm quite strong-minded, but some way, somehow, started to fall under the kind of impression of, I'm entitled. You know, you're my boyfriend. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. You should be spending this amount of money. And I kind of went through quite a long period, I'm not going to lie, I went through quite a long period of feeling entitled. Not even just in my relationship, but in general. It's almost like I felt entitled with everybody that was around me. To be treated a certain way, to have certain... I don't know, I can't explain it, but I remember one time my mum actually said to me, she was like, you know what? She said, I don't know where you got this entitled mindset, because I don't bring you up to be like this. She said, but you know, you need to, basically she just told me straight, she said, you need to grow up. She said, because it's not attractive, number one. She told me straight. She's like, it's not. She's like, it's not attractive. And she said, life doesn't work like that. Do you get it? You can't expect people to be there, to be doing this for you. And even like what you were saying earlier, like both of you and Michael were saying earlier, like in regards to, I even had the mindset, if for example I saw my ex spending a certain amount of money and manoeuvring and living a certain type of lifestyle, it's almost like I expected that for myself and my son.
Okay.
Which is quite, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to put it out there, it's quite delusional. I can say that now.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's delusional, but I understand. I wouldn't say it's delusional, but I understand why you would think that, but still, you know that's not the...
It's not.
I understand the thought process, but don't agree with it. Do you know what I mean?
And this is the thing. And the thing is, the people that I had around me was supporting that.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm like, yeah, but he's going here, he's going there, he's doing that. I should be living the same sort of lifestyle, but hold on, we're not together anymore. I'm not entitled.
Yeah.
When we were together, that was different. Everything he had, I had.
Yeah.
But I'm no longer entitled to that. Like, but it's almost like I still felt. So I even can relate. Like, I can relate to you females that are out there and that have this entitled mindset. I can relate, but it's wrong. It is actually wrong. Because the reality is, it's not your money. It's their money. It's their lifestyle. So really, if you want to live that lifestyle, you've got to get your piece up. You've got to go and hustle and got to make that life for yourself. So then you can, do you know what I mean? You can then do what you need to do, but expecting someone else to come along and do it for you. And I had to learn that the hard way though. I went down the hard route of actually getting a lot of support and then not getting very much because I was so entitled. So I was kind of taught a lesson. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, hold on. I must have been really entitled before because I was getting a hell of a lot of help. You know? So, that's kind of my view on it. And now I just get my own, man. I just get my own. And whatever you bring is a bonus. That's just how I look at it now.
I think so too.